Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. This is Hedgin Lee with an evening update for Bitcoin. Beautiful. Look at this. We had our 13,810 target and it went as high as 14,005. Not too shabby. People, this is how you really get to combine Elliott waves and this ascending right triangle, which was very bullish in the form of A, B, C, D, E, can help you bring massive profits. We calculated the minimum one of this ascending right triangle to be at around 1310 by drawing a parallel line to the rising line of the triangle and then a vertical line up until it met the parallel line from the apex, which is a point at which the two triangle lines intersect. So let me just remove this just to make it clearer. I would label this as like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are not done yet on this. So this morning I had said, well, we need to make sure that this is a decisive break. There was a momentary hesitation here, obviously, and I didn't even see that. I was so busy today. I was outside again, meeting clients. And this could have, again, shaken out a lot of the weekends who panic sold, and now they're kicking their butts. However, if you are aware of this pattern, because awareness will keep panic away. If you are aware of a very bullish pattern like this ascending right triangle, and you can approximate the price distance to be 1310, and then you have A, B, C, D, E, and the E is in the bottom line of the triangle, which gives the propensity that the price will go up. And you count the subwaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is wave 1. Then you're going to expect A, B, C. Precisely A, B, C. This is very three-wave-ish, as you can tell. Boom. If you are aware of that, you would be far less likely to be panic selling here. Far less likely. You'd be BTFDing, buying the dips. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure a lot of people are panic selling here too. So if this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 4, what's next? 5. And therefore, I would move this 1 here, 2 here. And let me just get rid of this line, the minimum target line. Clean it up a little bit. Excellent. Get rid of this too now. In fact, let's see what the price will this be. 15,522. That's my next short-term target for wave 5. And I think it should be attainable, probably not overnight, but maybe tomorrow. Now this was basically a decisive break up and above this significant resistance trend line. It pretty much sat on it, straddled it for a little bit, and went back up. Beautiful, fantastic. Now, I want to share with you another chart. Spreadcoin. I just did an update on the Spreadcoin. Look at this baby move. People have been calling this a dead coin. People didn't like it. Not many people were very bullish on it at all. In fact, I didn't find anyone who was bullish on Spreadcoin. I heard reasons of the core team is no more. They haven't had any updates since whatever their website has been dead and not putting out any new news, which a lot of the fundamental analysts are hanging on to every thread to look and read at every news that this is a dead coin. Why would anyone want to buy it except hedging? Because my technical analysis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 showed that there's a correction, and here is a zigzag, beautiful zigzag. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 3, 5. So I figure 5, 3, 5, and I can count here 5 waves on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the correction is done. If you go back to my original blog on Spreadcoin, that's pretty much what I said. I think the correction is pretty much done. And then I put out the buy call at around somewhere here. I think this is just getting to be very beautiful. Well, let me do a forward discernment of the price from a chart pattern perspective. I think this is going to be a very high probable candidate for wave cup and handle. So wave 1 and 2. 2 will do the forming of the handle. 3, 4, 5. My target on this baby is put almost all-time new highs on a dead freaking coin. Now this goes to show you, I'm telling you, and commingling this with a Bitcoin evening update, because sentiment drives everything. Not an individual's sentiment, not how you feel about it, and not the lack of news. The lack of news means nothing. The fact that there's plenty of news means nothing. At the end of the day, a true, pure technical analyst believes that price is the most direct and immediate reflection of sentiment. Not the news, not the events, and not the fundamentals, not the white papers, not the use case, not the core development team, not the CEO, CFO, I don't care who the person is. And I don't say that to debunk them. I only say that to emphasize that technical analysis believes truly that sentiment first impacts price most immediately. Then sentiment has impact on news, events, and fundamentals. But upstream of all of that is first the impact of sentiment on price, which is why I consistently say, if price is the very first reflection, the earliest possible reflection of sentiment, then if you make a projection using price, using Elliott waves and chart pattern recognition, then you can state that news and events will arrive to justify the forecast. There's one caveat to that. You have to make a correct forecast. Absolutely. And the way to make the best accurate probable forecast is to go identify as many possibilities, narrow it down to as few probabilities, and then select your best primary and alternate counts for the price pathway. So now I'd be interested to see what news or events might pop up to justify a rise of price like this. I'd be interested what people's minds will put out to justify it. Maybe it'll be, oh, the core development came back alive. Hey, the website for Spreadcoin is alive again with new updates and new news. They've submitted and released a revised white paper for improvements, whatever the news might be. And to me, it could be anything. It really doesn't matter. And yet I still see analysts out there, technical analysts, who most of them where they commingle fundamentals and technical analysis, which I think is very, very contaminated from a technical analysis point of view. And I wrote an essay as to why it becomes GIGO. It really becomes a conundrum. GIGO, G-I-G-O, stands for garbage in, garbage out. Again, I say that not to belittle, but only to emphasize that it no longer really truly becomes technical analysis when you combine it with fundamental analysis, or when you go on a guru buffet line, like on YouTube, and you survey the gurus out there. You want to arrive at a consensus. And I used to do this myself. I used to find maybe my 10 of my favorite gurus, okay? I'd have maybe 7 newsletters, okay, 7 different newsletters, because these guys wrote newsletters, so they must know what the hell they're doing. And then I took a consensus amongst these 7 newsletters. And if they, or at least 5, or maybe 4, thought that the market will go up, then I'll be bullish. Until I realized, am I that insecure that I can't even do my own work and make my own decisions? That I have to follow these gurus on a guru buffet line? I think as a technical analyst, there comes a time when you have to grow up. When you have to start fishing for your own research and analysis. When you have to learn the didactic basics of Elliott wave counting and chart pattern recognition, maybe with help from coaching, from hedging, so that you can proficiently carry out an analysis, technical analysis on your own. Go solo. Believe me, you do not want to go on a guru buffet line because, first of all, most of them don't know what they're doing. If you see someone combining or taking consensus of as many gurus as possible, and then they're putting out their analysis therefore becomes contaminated. It is no longer their true, pure analysis. So I think if you truly want to embark on technical analysis, you have to make a commitment. And in my opinion, from a ability of counting perspective, it only takes a few weeks to become proficient. The real soft skill has to, and yet one of the most important skills has to do with forward discernment, to be able to project your time forward into time, project your price forward into time. And that's pretty much what I have been doing since last night, this morning, using patterns and Elliott waves. The evidence of performance is in my blogs. Go back all the way to the mid-June. It has been very consistent in using the exact same method, the algorithm, which is an output of combining Elliott wave analysis and chart pattern recognition. It works. In every one of my kaboom announcements, I link the original analysis that recommended it to the current prices in proof. In proof of the evidence of my performance. I'm not saying I'm being doubted by anybody. I'm only trying to say it works. This method truly works, in my opinion. And if you have further interest in pursuing it, I think what you might want to do is go to the end of my blogs. Oh, this is an old one. Any blog that's recent, and review my tutorials. And once you review the tutorials, this will teach you the basics of Elliott wave counting. And once you review these tutorials, purchase the books and study more and practice. Repetitious practice will be a high requirement to be successful as a Elliott wave technician. So 1552 is my next call. Let's see what happens. Thanks for your attention, and as always, I am noticing views. The number of views on my blogs is just phenomenal. It's awesome. The number of thank yous I get in my comments confirms to me that people are being helped. And that truly makes me happy. And as always, I hope this has been helpful. And I hope I have earned the right to ask you for the consideration of your upvotes. I'd be very grateful. Thank you and have a good night. Talk to you in the morning.